everyone, my name is Mercy Malasarte and I am your professor for today. So what will be our topic for today? So our topic for today is the uniqueness and similarities of Confucianism, Taoism, and Shintoism. Confucianism is said to be founded by Confucius.
China's most lawless dynasty lived a man whose wisdom was more powerful than the sword. Dedicated to equality and justice, he was revered by a grateful nation. Now, when his homeland is threatened by impending war, his people will call upon their greatest teacher to lead their most powerful army. And together, they will discover the price of victory. Chow Yun-fat is Confucius.
So what is Confucianism? So the core teaching of Confucianism is to be a gentleman by following the moral way consisting of the values of love, righteousness, wisdom, propriety, and loyalty in order to promote harmony in society. So Confucianism became the dominant political philosophy during the Han Dynasty. It is a major system of thought in China and developed from the teaching of Confucius and his disciples, in concern with the principles of good conduct, practical wisdom, and proper social relationships. The structure of Chinese society and its focus on rituals, familial respect and obligation, worship of ancestors, and self-disciplines remains greatly influenced by Confucius and his teaching. In Confucianism, man is the center of the universe. Man cannot live alone but with other human beings. So for human beings, the ultimate goal is individual happiness. So the necessary condition to achieve happiness is through peace. So to obtain peace, Confucius discovered human relations consisting of 5 relationships which are based on love and duties. So war has to be abolished and the great unity of the world should be developed. So in education, Confucius upheld the theory, remarkable for the feudal period, in which he believed that in education there is no class distinction. So the founder of Confucianism, named Confucius, that saw every aspect of life as being made up of obligations between people and entities, and rituals to convey the mutual dependency between them. So his teachings focus on humanism, including treating others the way you want to be treated. He taught that if everyone fulfilled their rules and obligations with respect and kindness toward others, it would build a stronger state. So the next religion is Taoism. So what is Taoism? So the core teaching of Taoism is becoming one with Tao. So Taoism, also known as Daoism, is a Chinese philosophy attributed to Lao Tzu, which developed from the folk religion of the people, primarily in the rural areas of China, and became the official religion of the country under the Tang Dynasty. It is a philosophy and religion that instruct believers on how to exist in harmony with the universe. Taoism has significantly influenced Chinese culture. So the recognition that all things and all people are connected is expressed in the development of the arts, which reflect the people's understanding of their place in the universe and their obligation to each other. So Taoism holds that humans and animals should live in balance with the Tao or the universe. So it emphasizes doing what is natural and going with the flow in accordance with the Tao or Tao, a cosmic force which flows through all things and binds and releases them. So what is Tao teaching? So Tao teaching, or the way and its power, is a collection of poetry and the guides that the Taoist thought and actions. So the Tao teaching is an attempt to remind people everyone could live together peacefully if people would only be mindful of how their thoughts and actions affect themselves, others, and the earth. So what is yin-yang thought? So yin-yang thought began as an attempt to answer the question of the origin of the universe. So according to yin-yang thought, the universe came to be as a result of the interaction between the primordial opposing forces of yin and yang because things are experienced as changing. So the world of changing things that constitutes nature can exist only when there are both yang and yin. Without yang, nothing can come to existence. So without yin, nothing can pass out of existence. So the yin-yang is a symbol of opposites in balance, dark or light, female or male, everything except good and evil, life and death, because nature does not recognize anything as good or evil, and nature does not recognize a difference between life and non-life. All is in harmony in nature. In Taoism, tries to encourage people to accept and live that kind of harmony as well. So Taoists believe in a spiritual immortality, where the spirit of the body joins the universe after death. So achieving spiritual immortality through becoming one with nature is an important part of the Taoist religion. So the third religion is Shintoism. So what is Shintoism? Of Shintoism is to worship the ancestors and forces of nature to achieve harmony in all dimensions. Shinto, meaning way of the gods, is the oldest religion in Japan. The faith has neither a founder or prophets, and there is no major text which outline its principal beliefs. The resulting flexibility in definition may well be one of the reasons for Shinto's longevity, and it has consequently become so interwoven with Japanese culture in general that it is almost inseparable as an independent body of thinking. Thus, Shinto's key concepts of purity, harmony, familial respect, and subordination of the individual before the group have become parts of the Japanese character, whether the individual claims a religious affiliation or not. Unlike many other religions, Shinto has no recognized founder. The people of ancient Japan had long held animistic beliefs, worshipped divine ancestors, and communicated with the spirit world via shamans. So some elements of these beliefs were incorporated into the first recognized religion practiced in Japan. In Shinto, gods, spirits, supernatural forces, and essences are known as kami. And governing nature in all forms, they are thought to inhabit places of particular natural beauty. In actuality, however, this sacred nature is seldom revealed in human beings. Purification is considered symbolically to remove the dust and impurities that covers one's inner mind. Specifically, Shinto ethics are not based on a set of commandments or laws that tell the faithful how to behave, but only following the will of the kami. So, a follower of Shinto will try to live in accordance with the way of the kami, and in such a way as to keep the relationship with the kami on a proper footing. But it's important to remember that the kami are not perfect. Shinto texts have many examples of kami making mistakes and doing the wrong thing. This clear difference with faiths whose God is perfect is probably why Shinto's ethics avoid absolute moral rules. The overall aims of Shinto ethics are to promote harmony and purity in all spheres of life. Purity is not just spiritual purity, but moral purity, having a pure and sincere heart. Confucius states that all things are interrelated through forces of yin for female and yang for male. So Confucius believed that society, morality, and civilization has evolved in a non-cyclic, progressive manner. So yin and yang interaction transformed the universe under the Confucius teaching. So this equates to the beliefs that everything works in harmony. So an imbalance between yin and yang result in disorder and chaos. Taoism teaches that all living creatures ought to live in a state of harmony with the universe and the energy found in it. Shinto does not split the universe into a natural physical world and a supernatural transcendent world. It regards everything as part of a single unified creation. Shinto also does not make the Western division between body and spirit. So even spirit beings exist in the same world as human beings. Confucius believed that the universe is caused by the Tao force that was formed by complementary yin and yang, tension and energy, which Confucius believed to be the cause of all there is in the universe. Also, Confucius believed that our human purpose on earth was to discover truth in ourselves and improve life and society as a whole. Tao does not believe in God the Creator, rather the universe spring from Tao and the Tao guides things on their way. So Taoism has many gods, so most of them borrowed from other cultures. So they are the deities, parts of the universe are subject to the teaching of Tao. Within Shinto, it is believed that the nature of life is sacred because the kami began human life. Yet people cannot perceive this divine nature which the kami created on their own. Therefore, magukuro or purification is necessary in order to see the divine nature. So this purification can only be granted by the kami. Confucianism believes in humanity. They believe that humans are teachable, improvable, and perfectible through proper ethical and philosophical training. So Confucius cares about human beings, not gods. Taoism believes that human beings do not have soul, but will become to immortal in religious Taoism. They feel human beings have their own mind and they can think freely. Also, they feel that human beings can learn to live in harmony with the Tao. So their goal is to live a long and healthy life. So Taoism requires human beings to be humble, and they are the ones who can make the world a better place. Shinto does not accept that human beings are born bad or impure. In fact, Shinto states that humans are born pure and sharing in the divine soul. Badness, impurity, or sin are things that come later in life and that can usually be got rid of by simple cleansing or purifying rituals. Confucianism believes that good and evil are part of every human capacity. It is believed that a person must practice good in the world. The belief states that evil and good learning tools for people to develop virtues as listed in the teachings. Renko for humanity, Yi for rightness, Li for ritual propriety, Zi for wisdom, Xing sage for wise person. So they believe that when human beings behave unmorally, the effects are felt with natural events such as earthquakes or famine. So they believe that human beings are very important morally to the balance in the universe. Taoism believes that the universe is neither good nor evil. It is beyond good and evil. So the universe just is. They believe in Wu, which is to accomplish of tasks without being assertion or aggression. So according to Taoism, trying to conquering or improving society will just make things worse. They are often against education, rituals, and participation in social and political institutions. They feel being involved in many things keep you away from peace and trouble. And suffering comes when people are too active. Shinto has no moral absolutes and assesses the good or bad of an action or thought in the context in which it occurs. Circumstances, intention, purpose, time, location are all relevant in assessing whether an action is bad. Shinto ethics start from the basic idea that human beings are good and that world is good. Evil enters the world from outside, brought by evil spirits, so this affects human beings in a similar way to disease and reduce their ability to resist temptation. So when human beings act wrongly, they bring pollution and sin upon themselves, so in which obstructs the flow of life and blessings from the kami. Women are also viewed differently in both religions. Taoism views women as generally equal and are spoken highly of in some schools. Shinto believes many women will become priests, but they are still viewed as less than men. So Confucianism views women as completely inferior to men. Confucianism and Taoism share many things in common, such as their place of origin, which is China, and most importantly, their belief. They both view their religion as not only a religion but also a philosophy of China and Asia. Although these religions sound very different from each other, they have a wide variety of similarities along with their differences. They share similarities ranging from similar gods, practices, all the way to views on the world. They also have many differences, one being the meaning of their religion. Taoism wants to be on the nature, while Shintoism wants to serve their deities and kami. They also believe differently on their religions because Shinto believes they are both a religion and a way of life in Japan, and Taoism believes they are a religion and a philosophy. They also have different views on life after death. Taoism believes the soul survives and can move around space, while the Shinto believe they can go to Yumi or the land of the dead. The most unique thing this religion share is the fact that the Buddha is followed by many Taoists and Shintoists. The major difference between these two religions would be their beliefs in God. The Shinto believes in multiple gods, while the Confucius belief is only one God. The Confucius want a complete controlled society, and that is the main focus of their religion, while the Shinto focus their religion on serving their deities or kami. So Taoism and Confucianism were aligned in their view of the innate goodness of human beings, but differed in how to bring that goodness to the surface and lead people to act in better, unselfish ways. As philosophies and religions, they not only influence spirituality, but also government, science, the arts, and social structure. Though their specific beliefs and teachings have occasionally been at odds with each other, there has been much room for overlap. Instead of one tradition taking over and pushing the others out, the three philosophies have influenced society alongside each other, changed each other, and at times blended together. So understanding the unique interplay between these three traditions gives great insight into ancient Chinese society as well as modern times. As regards differences, Confucianism is said to be founded by Confucius, while Taoism was founded by Lao Tzu or Lao Tzu, while Shintoism has no clear founder. Shintoism is understandably predominant in Japan, Taoism is popular in China, while Confucianism is important to both China and Korea. Taiwan has Taoism as its main tradition. Another predominant similarity or relation among Confucianism, Taoism, and Shintoism is how they have interweaved with the East Asian cultures, which also explains their continued existence in the region. This is a testament to their germanness and their role in the cultures of the nations where they have survived. As regards theology, Confucianism, Taoism, and Shintoism do not believe in an intelligent personal God like the Creator, believe in the Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Nonetheless, they all believe in a powerful supernatural being or element in the form of either spirit or force. Theologically speaking, although these three religions do not believe in an intelligent personal God, but they all have their respective doctrine for a God counterpart. Tian or heaven for Confucianism, Tao for Taoism, and Kami for Shintoism. They worship at different places. Confucianism and Taoism followers worship a temple, and Shinto worship at shrines. Thought they do pretty much the same thing at each, that they go to temples and shrines to worship ancestors and their gods. Basically, these three religions underscore living in harmony with nature and fellow humans. They basically teach filial piety and righteousness as key values that we should possess. So now we have done discussing our lesson for today, which are the uniqueness and similarities of Confucianism, Taoism, and Shintoism. To generalize our topic for today, I will give you this question to be answered by yours. So what is the importance of these three religions to our world today? And also, what is the impact of these three religions to you as an individual? Good day again, everyone. I am Professor Mercy, and thank you for your active participation. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.